What's up, guys? Welcome to the 9th episode of The Drum Break, where we talk about everything in, on, and about the percussion world. I'm Mike.
I'm Spencer.
Yeah, so what do we got going on today?
Well, the idea for today's episode we got from a YouTuber that we both really like, EMC Productions. If you like our content, then you should check him out. He makes some like goofy drumline marching band type videos, but he also has a load of experience with marching in the Marine Corps band and various drum corps and all that stuff. But he made a video recently ranking a bunch of different percussion instruments in a tier list. And if you don't know what a tier list is, it's just A through F categories and then one category above A, which is S, which is like the perfect untouchable category. So we thought it would be a kind of fun idea to do our version of a percussion instrument tier list, and so you guys can hear some of our opinions on different percussion instruments, and also maybe hear more about some instruments that we haven't gotten a chance to talk about in detail yet on the podcast. But yeah, it's looking to be a fun episode. But before we get started, Mike is going to plug some of our stuff.
Yeah, so we're pretty much everywhere that you can pretty much think of. We have 2 social media accounts, The Drum Break Podcast, for both Instagram and Facebook page. Please go, like and follow us there, and please share our social medias. It really helps us a lot. And then but where you can listen to us right now is so we got a YouTube, which sometimes the video works and doesn't work. So
yeah, it's been having some technical difficulties lately, but we hope to get more video content soon for you guys.
But so YouTube, we're also on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, and an app called Podbean. And that's it, I believe, right? I didn't forget any.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. But yeah, so that's where we're at. If you're listening now, give us a follow, give us a like, and just let us know, if we're doing good or not. And, but yeah, so yeah, let's just get right into it.
Yeah. So I think these, there's a lot of instruments on this list to get through. So, we might not get through all of the ones that he got through in his video, but we'll try our best. I think these are all organized in alphabetical order, to start off with. But without further ado, the first instrument we have here are the agogo bells.
Yes.
Which they're, I believe, African in origin, and they can be found in lots of African and Brazilian and even American music. They're the ones that go gung 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 gung.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I don't know. I like the agogo bells. I would say we can get your opinion.
Yeah.
But I would say, yeah. So let's hear yours before we give our rankings.
Do we want to rank as to like the ones we like the most to the least, or the ones that we that are like most used? I mean, what do we want to rate them on today?
I think we could do like our favorites, or the ones we think are the most fun to play.
Okay, so most fun to least fun.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely. So those. I would say that they're pretty fun. They're pretty up there.
I'd say like a solid C.
Okay, solid C
is good to start out. We can make little changes here and there, but
yeah.
I think agogo bells at a solid middle of the road C is a good place. A good place for them.
All right. Next up, we got the bell tree.
We got the bell tree next.
Yeah. I don't really know any origin for this. I mean, you might.
Yeah. Neither do I. It's just a bunch of bells on a metal rod, and you scrape them and it makes a cool bell sound. I mean, I'm not like overly attached to the bell tree.
Yeah.
It's cool in certain contexts, but I don't know. What do you think?
I'd probably
maybe
say
like a C or D.
Yeah, I would say like first place in D.
Okay, yeah, for sure. And next we have bongos.
Oof.
I think bongos are really fun.
They are fun.
Bongos are awesome. There's a lot of sort of technique associated with them. They have a very rich history with like African and Afro-Cuban and all kinds of Latin music, and it's great. Bongos are great. I love bongos.
I'd say they're an A. A or
I'd say A too.
A or
I
S.
agree.
Are they?
I don't know about S. Let's keep them in A for now
Okay.
and see if we change our mind.
I don't know the specific term for these, but I know there's they're like not slapsticks, but like slap tubes.
Boom whackers.
Boom whackers is what they're
boom
called.
Whackers.
Well,
yeah, they're like the big multicolored tubes that you hit them, and each of them has a separate sound.
So I'm going
note,
to
pitch.
I'm going to do something that you probably are going to agree with. I'm going to put them at S.
Oh wow!
I would say that out of everything here, they're like one of the easier instruments to play, so everybody can play them, and they're so fun because they make so many different noises.
Yeah, I guess.
Where would you say?
I don't know. I haven't played boom whackers much. I have seen like a bunch of YouTube videos of boom whacker ensembles and people playing different songs. It's actually similar to like marching bass drum, which we'll get into, I think, where people are like splitting parts and everything because you only have like two hands to play whatever notes.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. It is fun, I guess.
Would you say like?
I don't know if I would say S.
No. Would you put them at B?
Maybe yeah. Maybe we do A because
like middle ground
if
A?
it evens out.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe they're A. Okay. Next is the break drum.
I don't find any pleasure in playing the break drum. It's okay.
Are you serious?
It's okay.
Yeah, I guess I agree. In the right musical context, they can be very useful and like impactful if you're looking for like an intense, especially a lot of marching band shows and sort of classical pieces use break drums to as sort of an intense impact sort of instrument. But
would you say that they're?
Yeah, I guess they're very loud.
Would you say that they're higher than anything in C and D? Or would you say that you think they'd be in the B category?
In C.
C, yeah.
Next to the Ogogo bells.
Okay.
So next we have the Kabasa. I like playing the Kabasa.
They're fun. They sound like rattlesnakes.
Pretty fun. You can make it sound like rattlesnake. There's a Tiny Desk, an NPR Tiny Desk with Tyler, the Creator. Have you seen that one?
No, I have not.
He basically he's during the first song, I think, he enters and he like starts rapping and he's playing a kabasa.
Really?
While he's rapping, and just doing like a sort of and then raps. It's cool. You should watch it. But I don't know. It's sort of a cool little instrument, the kabasa, and obviously you can do like some insanely complex stuff with it too. I would say maybe, I don't know. What do you think? Where you think it should go?
I'd probably put it at B.
Yeah, I think B too.
Right.
It's a good, yeah.
All right.
So Kabasa goes at B, and next we have
the cajon.
The cajon.
Yeah.
So
we're big fans of the cajon.
Are we?
Are we?
Are we?
I
sort of have a love-hate relationship with the cajon.
Okay.
Because in I don't know. It seems like in a lot of ways it gets used as just like a portable drum set, which is cool, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think it's sort of, I don't know, maybe like relied on too much.
Interesting.
In that sort of context.
Okay.
And there's like some videos of people just totally hating on the cajon. And stuff and saying it's like a bad instrument or whatever, but
yeah,
I don't know. And when played in like other sort of contexts, it's really cool. And people can be like really good cajon players. And I mean, I think it's like fun to play the cajon, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I would say that it's kind of hard because like I don't know if I would put it in front of bongos, but I might put it just after it.
Do you want to go A behind bongos?
Would you be
I'd be
comfortable
fine with that.
Okay.
I'd be okay with that. Yeah.
Okay. Let's not do this one because we don't really know about this one.
Is that a cannon?
Yeah, so let's replace the cannon because you and I have not played a cannon. Let's replace it with the air raid siren.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Cannon is a stand-in for the air raid siren,
Yes.
which I think
is definitely
easy
S. And I would say that the air raid siren is probably one of the best percussion instruments I've ever played ever.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Of
course.
By far. If anybody was like, yeah, we have an air raid siren part we need somebody to play, my hand would go up so fast.
Oh yeah. So in case if people haven't seen our classical percussion episode, which you should watch, I believe it's episode 6 maybe.
Yeah.
Of the Drum Break podcast. We talk about our experience playing the air raid siren, which is a crazy instrument that you wouldn't expect to be a percussion instrument, but we played it. It was in the percussion part, and it was just like this red box that opened up, and there was a button on it, and you pressed it, and it was an air raid siren, and it was like the hypest thing in the piece that we were playing, and it was so cool, and like. This is sort of going against everything we've said so far on the list because I don't know what musical context an air raid siren sounds good in, but
it's definitely up there.
I think all that stuff is just eclipsed by how awesome it is.
Yeah. Agreed.
So that's why we're gonna put it in S.
Heck yeah. All right.
Cool beans. Next we have castanets.
Castanets, yeah. Those are fun.
I mean, yeah, castanets are fun. It's you sort of feel cool doing the little, trills and all the sort of flamenco type castanet things. I mean, I don't know. I guess I would put them in like similar with the cabasa, I would say.
Yeah?
Yeah, like a B tier with the cabasa.
I was going to put them kind of next to cajon and bongos.
Oh.
Yeah,
you think just it's A?
Only because there's so much you can do with them, and it depends on what part you have. It can get really complex.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? And it could be a solo part too. So I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we could put it in A then.
An A? Would you be all right with that?
Yeah, I'd be cool with that. Because castanets are pretty cool.
I definitely think they're way more fun than playing cajon.
And they're very like identifiable. It's like there's a specific sort of sound that like only the castanets can really, a role that only the castanets can really fill.
Right.
So next we have claves.
Huh. I
like claves, and I guess I more so appreciate the role of the clave than the instrument itself.
Yeah.
Because like the term clave, and all the sort of rhythmic attributes of playing different kinds of music, like Afro-Cuban music is heavily dependent on different kinds of claves, like rumba claves, son claves, 2/3, 3/2, different sort of rhythmic frameworks. And I guess the claves, they embody that rhythmic framework for that kind of music. But as an instrument itself, I mean, they're kind of boring. It's just like
two sticks.
But I mean, there is some like finesse that you have to have in order to play the claves. You got to hold them right so you get a nice sound projection. I'm thinking, like somewhere around low B, high C would be good. What about you?
Yeah, I think just to even it out, you want to put it at low B for right now.
Yeah, I think behind the cabasa. Yeah.
Okay, so now we got some congas.
We got some congas.
What are we gonna do with some congas?
I really like congas.
More than bongos?
I think congas are very fun to play. There's some amazing conga players out there, and it's just like such a ubiquitous instrument in Latin and world music, but it's so much fun to play.
Okay.
It's so awesome. I love the congas.
So are we talking high A or are we talking...
I think A above bongos. I think congas, oh, maybe S. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what? Yeah, throw them in S. I think congas are S.
I'm going to say S if you have 3. Like a low, medium, high. Like if you have that low, medium, high spread.
If you have that set up,
then definitely S. But I would say if not low S, then high A.
Yeah, okay. That's cool, yeah.
Lay cowbell.
Cowbell is next.
Oof.
I mean, cowbell, there's like the cliche of
need more cowbell.
More cowbell.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking about ordering a cowbell for my drum set.
Really? I have 2.
I don't have one. Do you have one that's mountable? You want to sell it to me?
I have 2 that's mountable that I could sell you. But it's, looking past the sort of stereotype of, just playing the quarter notes and doing the Will Ferrell thing. It's a really fun sort of addition to any sort of setup that you have. And also as an instrument on its own.
Yes.
Like I saw, there's this great conga player named Pedrito Martinez, and he has a band that I saw live in Chicago. And he had this guy who the entire show, he was just playing a cowbell. And he was like insanely good. He was like so... precise with all like the different sounds he was getting out of it and all the like rhythmic things. It was so cool. I'll send you a video. But like especially in that kind of like authentic Latin music, the cowbell can really shine, and also just for like its iconicness in the world of percussion. I would maybe put it at like a low A.
Low A?
Yeah.
So are we talking before cajon, after cajon? I might put it before cajon.
Before cajon?
I don't know.
I mean, that's what I was going to say. But
you were going to say before?
I wanted you to...
Okay, let's put it before then, because I would agree. Yeah.
Cowbell's great.
Yeah, I would agree that's definitely up there.
For sure.
Would you feel comfortable moving the boomwhackers to high B instead of low A?
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Okay. Yeah, I think I got a little too excited about the boomwhackers. The marching cymbals or crash cymbals in general.
Or crash cymbals. These could be concert crash cymbals.
Crash cymbals are hype and it's underrated.
Oh, yeah. We've gone over this in our concert percussion video, but crash cymbals are awesome.
Yeah.
They fill a very specific role and they do it very well. And they're tons of fun to play if you're not hurting yourself trying to choke them.
Even then they're still fun to play.
Even then it's still fun. I would say and if they're marching cymbals are even more fun. All the visuals and flips and spins and all that kind of stuff. I would say A. Yeah.
High A before bongos or after bongos?
I would say if we're including marching band crash cymbals, above maybe above bongos.
I would say almost.
I don't know. It's just so much fun to do all those visuals and all the crazy cool stuff. But
yeah, I would say even almost S. Almost. Like,
I
think it's going to be hard to knock this from this spot.
Oh yeah,
from staying
sure.
at close to A, upper A. All right, we got some djembe.
We got a djembe.
A djembe. You and I really appreciate djembes a lot.
Yes, djembe is awesome. It's sort of like the quintessential West African drum. It's they come in a bunch of different sizes and all that. You can get the super big bassy ones that sound amazing, or like the high mid-range or higher ones that are like also tons of fun to play. The djembe in general is just tons of fun to play, and it makes you feel really cool when you play it,
I don't know, man. That's where I think they should go. I think they should go second A, like right behind cymbals, before bongos. Would you put them before or after bongos?
I would say probably before bongos.
Before?
Yeah.
All right. We got what looks like marching bass drum.
Marching bass drums. I saw on this list that there isn't a concert bass drum.
No, there is not a concert bass drum.
I don't know if we should include concert bass drum, but since this is a picture of a marching bass drum, I think we're just going to go with marching bass drum. Which I think, I think it's an S.
Okay.
I think it's an S. You can speak more to that.
Yeah.
Because you've played marching bass more.
Yeah. So I really love marching bass. It's definitely the most underrated of the marching percussion instruments. Everyone feels like, bass is last resort, but bass should be first place because I feel like it's more complicated than any of the other instruments. Even though the notes are simpler technically, you have to fit them with 5, 6, maybe even 10 other people, which is something we covered in our our indoor episode. Yeah, so you can check that out.
It's such a cool like musical experience to play music that way.
Yeah.
Sort of dependent on like other people as well as your own playing and sort of being in this musical unit.
Yep.
It's just a really cool way to play, and I agree, underappreciated in the world of drumline. But yeah, I think marching bass drum is definitely an S tier, and you can do so many like cool splits and runs and hand to hands and all sorts of crazy stuff that's super awesome.
So you want to put it before or after I think Air Raid Siren is gonna like stay there the whole time.
It's gonna be the number one.
Literally no way. I mean, I'm looking at all these
because next is drum set. I think drum set is definitely S.
Drum set's
hands
definitely
down.
S.
Yes, drum set it's the percussion instrument. Probably the most iconic, maybe besides like a snare drum or a bass drum.
But do we like it more than the Air Raid Siren?
I don't know, man.
Putting aside like actually owning, a drum set, right? Like if someone showed you like here's a drum set, boom pat boom boom pat boom, psh, and then someone's like here's an Air Raid Siren. Oh my gosh. You know what I mean? Like I would be like, the Air Raid Siren's sick. I want one.
I guess you're right.
I mean, up to you.
Drum set will be second. Drum set will be second in S.
No, if you think that it should be.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
drum set is. Yeah, it's of the actual drums. It's the best.
Yes,
I think
that I would agree with.
Yeah,
I would say that like if the Air Raid Siren wasn't here, it would be drum set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like anything else but the Air Raid Siren, it would be drum set. Because it's like the instrument, right?
Yeah.
We got some finger cymbals.
Finger cymbals. I mean, they're kind of cool. They offer like a nice texture for certain things.
I think they're cool, but I wouldn't put them before the Beltry. I think they would be.
Yeah, no, I think they're D tier after. After the Beltry.
And I would say that there's multiple instruments on this list that I would put after Beltry, but before this, but before finger cymbals.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Fair. Next we have the Flexitone.
This is a good one.
Have we found something to beat the Air Raid Siren?
If anything, it would be the Flexitone.
If anything, it would be the Flexitone. The Flexitone is an amazing instrument. If you're not acquainted with the Flexitone, it's just like this thin sort of piece of metal with a handle and a beater on it, and you like shake it back and forth and press on the piece of metal, and it changes the pitch, and it's an amazing instrument. It's so great.
But I wouldn't, I don't know, I wouldn't put it before any of these.
No.
You know what I mean?
Maybe
I think it's a cool instrument, and I think that it could go like...
It doesn't have the same wow factor as an air raid siren.
No, and neither of does the drum set or marching bass, if you know what I mean. If you get good players...
I'd say maybe...
Yeah, I don't know, somewhere around here.
Yeah, definitely an A, I think. I think it's an A tier auxiliary instrument.
Okay, so
maybe...
Where are you thinking
before
A?
Cajon.
Before Cajon?
Yeah.
After or before cowbell?
After cowbell.
Okay, so like right before. So like right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got some vibes. Vibes
I
are
think
dope.
vibraphone is really cool.
Vibes are dope.
I've been playing a lot more vibes recently.
Yeah, for jazz.
For jazz, yeah, and it's like, it's such a, I don't know, it's such a cool instrument, and you know, it's awesome in concert band and marching band.
Yeah.
Environments, but like in jazz, you can just like, you can rip it, and it's such a unique timbre. And like if you have one with like that vibrato switch, the motors, and you just get that like super airy, fluffy vibrato out of it. They sound so nice. I would even go S with the vibes.
Where would you put it in S?
Oh man, I don't know if I like them more than congas.
Yeah?
I don't know. What do you think?
So I know I'm going really far early, but I think marimba is going to go before probably both of these.
Before both?
Maybe. We'll get there when we get there.
Okay. Yeah, we can keep it after congas
yeah,
for now.
That's I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's definitely up there,
Yeah.
you know. That's a good spot for it. All right, the infamous plastic wood block.
The jam block, the gok block.
The gok block.
I think there's the same sort of love-hate relationship with this instrument, because
tell us why you hate it so much.
If you do like if you play sort of, you know, jazz or Latin music or orchestral music, and there's a part that calls for like a wood block or a jam block or something, it can be really cool, like a different sort of timbre.
Yeah, we do have the 5 set down here too. So there is the 5 set of the wood block. Okay. Just this red gok block.
Just the single red. If any of you have been in marching band or drum corps, that image and the sound of the single red gok block is drilled into your brain.
It's like clock, clock, clock. That's like that's the best way.
Because if you're not using a metronome, you're using a gok block, and it can be the most like grating, terrible sound in the world. But I don't. Are we going F?
I want
the gok
to.
Block?
I hate it.
I think we should go F. Apologies to people who play like other kinds of music and use it to great effect. I'm sure you do, but it's just
even then I'm really only gonna say that it only has a use if it's in the 5 set, and that's it.
Yes.
I would say that
otherwise
this instrument is
it's a
not
torture
needed.
Device.
Yes, it's a torture device, exactly. Oh man.
Okay. Next we have a gong.
A gong.
Or tam-tam. Yeah, gongs, tam-tams in general, I think are awesome. They're pretty cool. Very loud, very distinguishable. It's like you can imagine what a gong hit sounds like, and they're really fun to play. You get to like smack the crap out of them, but not too hard, and make sure to prime it or else you'll crack it. Which
we've seen done before.
Yes, we've seen and heard. But yeah, I agree. I think A is a good spot for the gong.
Yeah. I definitely think it's almost there. I'd say it's like 75% first spot. But the cymbals just
barely behind crash cymbals.
Yes.
All right. Next we have the Guiro.
The Guiro, or as some other people might think of it as, the wooden fish.
The Guiro is... I like the Guiro.
I think it's lit. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's, you got that like sort of classic cha-cha vibe, like the
yeah.
And that's the Guiro. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, would you
like
put it there?
Like an A tier, solid A tier Latin percussion instrument.
So what about like the metal version?
The metal version.
I would say that it would just go right before the wooden version. I like the metal one just a little.
You
bit better.
You like the wood better?
The metal just a little better.
Oh, you like the metal? See, I like the wood better.
Yeah.
Oh, we're at a crossroads here.
Well, we don't have it. It's not on here, but that's where I would put the metal version of that.
Yeah. Okay. For the record, Mike would put it before the wood version. I would put it after the wood version, but still both an A because they're the same instrument.
Yes.
Okay. Next we have handbells.
I don't really like handbells.
Wow, really?
I would put them definitely after bell tree.
Have you ever played handbells?
No, but I don't really have any I'm not like, I need to go do this. You know what I mean?
I'm going to get really nerdy.
Uh-oh.
I think handbells are one of the most underrated percussion instruments ever.
Wait, okay, rephrase that statement because I know that's not true.
What do you mean?
The most underrated?
They are one of the most underrated.
Yeah, I would say that. I wouldn't say the most underrated.
It's like, it's a similar thing to, the boom whackers and marching bass drum, where if you're in like a handbell choir, you're splitting your part with a bunch of other people. And if you see videos of like some really good handbell ensembles, they're like crazy good.
Yeah.
And like the rhythmic accuracy you need, and there's like tons of different minute sort of techniques with like your wrist, and if you're holding multiple bells at the same time and you have to isolate different notes, it's like it can get pretty insane and like virtuosic in terms of the skill level of some of these handbell players,
Here's the other side of the argument. I think that they're kind of like a sleepy instrument, if you catch my drift.
A sleepy, would you care to explain?
I don't feel that there is a lot of, there's not much to them. I mean, it's a bell, like, and you have it open or you choke it. I don't really know I don't know. They just don't do it for me. That, it's something that I can, fall asleep to, and like, if
but then it still does something for you. It helps you fall asleep.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
I would be comfortable putting it at C.
At C?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know.
To sort of even out your hatred and my love.
Okay.
We can put them at C.
Where in C though? Would you put them before the go-go bells or after? Or after the break drum?
Maybe in between.
In between?
The go-go bells and the break drum.
Okay. So
yeah.
I'm re-looking at this list and where we put these. I really messed up on these. Can we just move them?
On the boom whackers?
Yeah, because the boom whackers are definitely not better than the break drum.
Okay.
So can
we can put them behind the break drum?
Can I just do this?
They're like a worse version of handbells.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Is that okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So boom whackers go in D.
Yeah. They started second at A, and now
you were really hyping them up.
I did. That was my bad.
It's okay. We still like boom whackers. They're cool.
They're cool, but I don't know, not that.
Yeah. The kalimba.
You already know, and I already know.
I have a soft spot for the kalimba. Do. I want to start a kalimba collection. I have 2 already, and I just love the sound. It's like metallic, but like calming and somber, and it's such a cool instrument.
I would say so too.
Yeah, and there's so much variation in how they can be made and all different kinds of tuning systems and all that. It's super cool.
I would say that
I would say kalimba is an S tier.
I would say it's before that as well. Before vibes.
Higher than vibes.
Yeah, I would say they're higher than vibes.
Okay, yeah. I guess
all I have to say.
You've tapped into my.
All I have to say is
dun
dun dun.
Yeah. That's all you have to say. Oh man,
the maracas, bro.
Maracas, also a very iconic percussion instrument. I think it's just they can be played in some really cool ways.
Yeah.
Since they have like the handles and you can get different wrist motions with it, but I think overall it's just like a less practical version of like a regular shaker.
Yeah, I would say so too. Yeah.
I mean, they could be more fun to play maybe in that way if you have like, two of them and you're going ham, but
so this is,
I think
I put them at second.
Like a solid B is good.
I put it second B. We can do third B. I'd be okay with that as well.
Yeah, maybe behind claves.
Okay,
because I still like claves more.
And I think that clave has a more like specific role. You know what I mean within drumming.
Yeah.
All right, we have next the marimba, and I believe that this is a 5-octave marimba.
I mean, we already said before, but I think this is going to be an S. Like, it's like the mallet percussion instrument if you want to really get into like classical percussion and 4 mallets and do all sorts of, choppy, virtuosic, kinds of things. It's like the marimba. It's that's what you got to play. I really like the sound of it. It has like a nice, soothing, like woody tone. It's great. I like the marimba. It can be used in so many different contexts,
Yeah. So would you put it right about between marching bass drum and congas in S, or would you put it anywhere else?
I think before congas but after bass drum.
Okay. So right where we put it.
Yeah.
Lay wind chimes.
Wind chimes. The mark tree, as it is also known.
Yes.
I think they're fine.
Yeah.
They serve their purpose, but they really only serve that purpose.
Yeah, there's really not much you can do with these. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I would honestly I'd put them
and like
there.
Whenever I am like taking a mark tree out of a drawer or something, I always feel like I'm going to break it.
Yeah.
Somehow like one of the things is going to come loose cuz there's so many like little pieces. I don't know. It's just intimidating to pack and unpack. But yeah, I think just a sort of middle of the road C is good.
The rain stick. Dude, rain sticks are dope.
Rain stick.
I think rain sticks are dope.
Yeah, rain sticks are cool. I mean, similar to the wind chimes, they really only serve one purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, they do it really well, but I also think they're cooler than wind chimes, and also they're more fun to play. You get to have this big sort of instrument, and you feel like you're actually making rain somewhere in the world.
Right.
Rain sticks are cool. I think B is a good spot.
Yeah, there, or do you want to put them before maracas, or
maybe before maracas?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I can get down with that.
Yeah.
We have next up the ratchet.
The ratchet.
Or Perry the Platypus is another.
The Perry the Platypus instrument, yes.
I think these are fun, but I think they're, again, that one, like it only serves that one purpose.
Yeah.
Like there's not much else you can do with these before you run out of things
and
to do.
It has the potential to become very annoying very quickly.
Very much so, yeah.
If you just keep it going, they're pretty loud for such a small instrument. I don't know. I think maybe like a D
After Beltree, before.
After Beltree, maybe.
Yeah, right after
The
Beltree and D.
Ratchet.
Yeah. Dude, Rototoms.
Rototoms.
I have a soft spot for Rototoms.
Yeah.
I think they're cool. I think you can do tons of stuff with
Rototoms are
them.
cool too.
People make entire drum sets out of Rototoms.
Yeah, you can. And then you don't even have to worry about, tuning. You can just turn your drum and tune it.
Yep.
You can, they can be used to great effect by sort of playing with that feature of it where you can just change the pitch to whatever at will,
Yep.
They're pretty cool.
I would say that they're somewhere in A. I would say maybe before. I don't know, dude. I think they're high in A. Well, where would you put them?
Higher than A?
No, I said they're high in A.
Oh, high in A. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
like-
I have Rototoms.
Yeah.
But I don't really play them that much just because, of the stuff that I play, I don't really have a reason to play a lot of Rototoms. But if you're playing like rock and metal or other stuff, or just something to have some extra drums that are a little bit different from your normal ones that you can play around with, I think it's cool. I think A is a good spot.
Before or after djembe? Because I definitely think they're before bongos. I just don't know before or after djembe.
Maybe in between bongos and djembe. I still think djembe is a little bit more fun.
Okay, I'll compromise. What do we got next?
Is this just a shaker?
I think so. I don't know. I can't
I think
really.
it's just a shaker.
I'm gonna put them. I would put it like above cajon.
Yeah, it's like
I love egg shakers.
they're so useful. Like any kind of like shaker like that, whether it be like an egg shaker or like a different more like tubular one or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like they're so useful. They do only do one thing, but it's like that one thing can be put in so many different contexts. It's great for like accompanying yourself. I've seen and done like playing drum set where instead of like playing on your hi-hat, you have a shaker in your right hand and you can do all sorts of cool crazy stuff.
Yep.
With that. I think shakers are cool. I think A above cajon would be a good spot.
And I do kind of think that like egg shakers and cajon do go hand in hand because you kind of do have that free hand to do something with, and the egg shaker is
It adds a little bit extra that you couldn't really do with just the cajon by itself.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
So
what's next?
I know you got a soft spot for these ones.
We have the shaker, which is different from a shaker. I do like these a lot. It's sort of the I believe they're also African in origin, but they're used in all sorts of different African and Latin kinds of music. It's like the big gourd, I believe, with all the beads on the outside of it, and it's really cool. It feels cool to play, like, because you have to move almost your whole upper body, like your arms, in order to play it, and you can like hit the bottom of it to get different sounds. And I don't know, the shaker is I would say more fun to play than a regular shaker, but less versatile because you have to use both hands.
Really? Okay.
I would say even A, like behind cajon.
Behind cajon?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna either put it in A, or I was gonna put it in the beginning of B.
Yeah. It's just and you get like such a full sort of shaker sound with it. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, so next up, I think this is just a big version of the slapstick, if I'm wrong. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a slapstick.
Dude, slapsticks. Okay, so we have like a big one and then a small one. We have a one-handed and a two-hander.
Oh, like the spring one.
So I'm just gonna put this there, and we're just gonna make this as
we'll count them together.
Yeah, count them together. I love these things.
Oh yeah, slapsticks are great.
They're fun, and they're so loud, and it's just like
they're so loud.
But again, they only serve that one purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's only so much you can do with them.
And it's not like the air raid siren where it only serves one purpose, but it's like so cool that it doesn't matter.
Yes.
I mean, the slapstick is pretty cool, and it's fun to play like during, sleigh ride, doing the slapstick part. But I don't know. They are very fun to play, but I would say maybe B.
I say like between rain stick, like right before rain stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we got sleigh bells.
Sleigh bells. Continuing with the sleigh ride
Christmas theme. Yeah. Sleigh bells are fun.
Yeah, I like sleigh bells.
But I don't know if they're slapstick
it's like
fun.
Are they slapstick fun? I don't know.
I think they're a little under slapstick fun.
It's the Christmas sound.
That's
like sleigh bells. True. If you want anything to sound like Christmas, put some sleigh bells on it.
That is very true.
But I mean, I don't know. Oftentimes when you're playing it, you're just playing eighth notes,
exactly,
or quarter notes. I don't know. They are fun, and it's great to have that sort of, that the Christmas instrument.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where do you think it should go?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I would say in A, but I would say low A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
All right. The slide whistle.
The slide whistle. There has been some controversy over whether or not the slide whistle is actually a percussion instrument. Some people might say it's like a flute or a tiny trombone.
Yeah.
But it's a percussion instrument.
It is. And I would say
because
that
we have to play it.
I would say it's definitely not a trombone because it's not brass.
No, it's not. It's nowhere
buzz.
Close to a brass instrument.
I would say it's closer to a flute.
Like a weird flute.
Yeah.
But like it's the flautists don't play the slide whistle. The percussionists play the slide whistle.
Where would I put this, dude? I don't know. It's a fun instrument, but it only
very fun.
It only serves that one purpose, though. Again, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
We keep.
But is it like air raid
to
siren levels where it's so fun that it doesn't matter?
I would definitely say it's not air raid siren levels.
Would you say maybe B?
Yeah. I would say like in between claves and the reason I keep putting everything after claves is because you know what I mean. We use not only do we use that instrument, but we use the pattern. Many different spots.
It's like they're representative of the clave like role in. I think we should maybe put claves higher.
I think so too.
Just for the sake of it being
up here, or do we do up here?
Do we do S? I don't know. Maybe. You know what? Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's put claves in S.
Okay, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, because it's just so like
it's so iconic too.
Definitive of so many different kinds of Latin music, and it's that's good. Claves in S is cool with me.
We have the marching snare drum.
Well, this is easy.
I think after the marching snare drum, we should speed round the next 5.
Speed round?
Yeah, so just like...
Let's do it.
Off the top of the head, after marching snare, speed round the next 5.
But let's get some marching snare love first, though.
So...
Okay, let's explain.
I don't know, like...
Debate.
I don't know if do we go S or do we go A?
I mean... I am a quad player, so we're kind of like supposed to hate snares.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
At the same time,
it's like so.
That's where traditional grip came from. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like there's so much history in the marching snare drum.
I'm gonna put it. I would put it.
It's
here.
Yeah.
Like
I think just like for the significance of it, and it is fun to play.
Yeah.
It's fun to play marching snare and all that, and it's sort of the drumline instrument.
Yeah.
I think you would put it before bass drums.
Yes, because I think even though that bass drum is so cool and I like bass drum a lot, I think snare has a little bit more of that history and has that role in a lot of other things.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. A speed round.
Right. Speed round.
All right.
Steel pan, it looks like.
Yep, steel pan. I would put it at S or high A.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Steel pans are cool. They're fun to play. Maybe first place in A.
First place in A or last place in S?
Do you want to put it in last place? I know you love.
I love them.
Steel. Yeah, we could put it last place in S.
Okay, last place in S. That's fair enough.
Yeah, that's cool.
Suspended cymbal.
Suspended cymbal.
I'm also going to toss in suspended like marching band cymbal on like the boards and stuff.
Okay.
I would say that it's second in A.
Second in A. I mean, it's essentially crash cymbals and suspended cymbals go hand in hand usually.
Yeah.
But crash cymbals are still better.
Taiko drums. S.
Taiko.
S before.
Taiko drums are so awesome. Definitely S. I just don't know where.
I would say after bass drum.
After bass drum?
Yeah.
Before marimba even?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
Taikos are so cool.
They get big.
And if you see like a whole ensemble of taiko drummers, it's so awesome.
Which I did at CSO, and it was freaking awesome. The tambourine.
Right, tambourine. Oh man, I love the tambourine. I think tambourine is like a shaker, but better because it's also a drum.
So better.
And there's so many different ways to play it. I would even put it higher.
Higher? I wouldn't put it before castanets.
Like maybe
though.
below bongos.
Really? See, I wouldn't put it before castanets.
Before castanets, yeah.
Right before it?
And it's so, just think of like all the,
That's true.
funk and rock and everything that the tambourine has been in.
That's true.
And like defined all those different tracks.
I think I'm going to, the 5 plastic.
The wood blocks.
I would put them right after sleigh bells.
Yeah.
Only because there's...
another Christmas...
Yeah. Christmas instrument. Yeah, that's why I just grouped them together.
Yeah. I think that's good. They're nice. They're cool. It's good that they're different pitches and you can sort of mess around with that kind of stuff.
Okay, so the next one we're going to put in E or F after the gok block.
I hate you. The next one is quads, and they go in S. They go in S above snare. Yes. No.
Above snare?
I don't know. There's so much. Imagine playing snare, but you have 5 or 6, and they're all different pitches, and you don't have to learn traditional grip.
You know that I love quads, too. I don't discriminate when it comes to marching instruments. I love them all the same.
No, I know.
But... I don't know, before snare?
I would say, at least for me, I'm biased because I'm a quad player.
Okay, well then here, I'll do this for you. Do quads have that tradition that snare has?
They do not, no.
And we don't have a concert snare up here as well. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? There's that, and I don't know.
But quads are so cool.
I know they are.
We can go snare-based quads. Or snare quads based.
I love quads, and I definitely think that they're cooler than bass.
Yeah, I'm cool with snare quads bass as the order for marching instruments.
Okay, and see, I don't think anything else will go above this from our remaining.
No, that's like our core.
Yeah. So we'll do like top 5. At the end.
Okay.
All right. We have my personal favorite
timbales.
Timbales, bro.
I already know where you're gonna put these.
I would put them. Yep. I would put them here, right after taiko.
After taiko, before congas.
Yeah.
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 I guess timbales are like sort of more drummy, I guess, because you play them with sticks.
Yeah.
And you can just like add all kinds of different auxiliary stuff.
Yeah.
and all that. Well, you can speak to how fun timbales.
Yeah, I love
timbales are, because you're like
the timbale guy,
the timbale master.
Yeah. I'm better than Tito.
No, I didn't say that.
No, Tito's my master.
Yeah. Oh, you're the Padawan.
Yeah, I wish, dude. if he could teach me, But yeah, timbales are definitely really fun,
and they're so awesome.
They're awesome. I don't really need to talk about them. We both agree that those things are awesome.
Yeah.
They got quad level status. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they have. Yeah. All the spangalangs and
lay
cool
thunder
stuff.
sheet.
Thunder sheet.
I have never personally played one of these nor heard them in person.
Neither have I. I assume they sound like thunder.
I
don't know. Maybe like bottom of A. It might be higher if we had more experience with it. But
yeah.
I mean, it is cool. Just like being sort of the same as like a rain stick, like emulating that storm.
Yeah.
Such a big sound, but I think bottom of A.
Bottom of A. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. Concert toms. I don't really care for concert toms.
They're all right.
I think it's
there's some cool concert tom parts in certain pieces. But the thing is, it's like you don't really ever like play super cool stuff on them. It kind of stinks, but they're a lot of times sort of an afterthought, just like an added
I would agree.
thing. Which I mean, it stinks because they have so much potential,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think maybe bottom of A is good for these two.
Yeah. Would you say before or after Thunder Sheet?
After Thunder Sheet, because it doesn't have like the same wow factor that
yeah.
like the Thunder Sheet, but still pretty cool. You can do like anything you can play on another drum, you can play on concert toms, and it can sound awesome.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just I feel like they're underutilized.
So I believe this is the water drum is what they call it, right? Or something
water
like that.
Drum. Oh, is this like a tongue drum?
Tongue drum, yeah.
Or like some of them like a hand pan. Where you don't use sticks, but you just use your hands. These are really cool. I like these a lot. I like the sound of them. They're very like calming, sort of like they remind me of a kalimba. But they're more like metallic and resonant.
I definitely say they're not in S, A, or B.
Oh, really?
And if in B, I'd say like low B.
See, I really like them. I don't know. Personally, I would maybe put it top of A.
Top of A?
Yeah.
So how about meet in the middle, top of B?
We could do top of B, yeah, for the tongue drum.
All right. So
I just saw the next
So this one I would say for us has a pretty good meaning.
Yes.
We've done 2 videos playing these, okay? And Spencer, just throw a picture up of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So this
we're
is
talking about the trash can.
Not any. The
garbage
high school
bin, the plastic
lunch,
garbage bin.
Yeah, the gray plastic, thick plastic,
the cafeteria garbage bin.
Yes, the cafeteria garbage bin. I love these.
Yeah, this is great. I love that this is included in the list as an instrument.
Dude, I like them better than rototoms.
You like them better than rototoms? Wow.
Yeah.
I guess I would agree. I don't know. It's refreshing to like play something that's not meant to be played as a percussion instrument.
Exactly. And that's why I think that's where that is.
Yeah. Okay. I think A is a good spot for the trash bin.
The triangle.
The triangle.
I don't know, man.
Triangles are another sort of iconic auxiliary percussion instrument.
They are. I'm gonna hit you with my butt on it though.
What's your butt?
They're kind of overused, and
Overhyped.
Overhyped, yeah, way overhyped. I would say, yeah.
I think the triangle does have its uses, and I think of this sort of metallic auxiliary percussion instruments, it's one of the better ones.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have a strong opinion about it. I think it's cool. It can be, you can feel pretty like, I don't know, elegant and proper when you play triangle.
I don't think that they're more fun than slapstick though.
Yeah, no. It isn't honestly a very fun instrument to play. And it doesn't really have a lot of use outside of maybe classical percussion.
Yeah, I would almost put it like right at the tail end of B.
Yeah, tail end of B. I think I agree. Hey, I rhymed.
Tail end of B, I think I would agree.
All right, next is we got chimes.
Chimes, yeah.
Tubular bells. These rock.
They do rock.
I love chimes. If there was ever like a percussion part that called for chimes, I would maybe be the first one there, because they can be so epic sounding, and it's like, you know, it's they're cool. I like them. I don't know if I S tier like them.
Okay.
What about you?
Really? See, I was gonna go with you on how much you like them. I was gonna S tier them, only because, like, it's just you know, if you play them just right and you play them just with the right mallet, it's so majestic. It's such a majestic instrument, you know, in a grand hall, you know, smacking them. It's, you know, it gives you the feels.
Like at the end of a piece, you're just like, you know, doing some sort of awesome chime line, and it's like so grand and epic and majestic, you know.
The main chime line that I always think of when I think of this is I always think of the da 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 da, and like right at the end of a big piece, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think low S is good.
Okay, I would agree with you there. Okay, so this one's a xylophone, or this one's a Glock.
That one's a Glock, yeah.
Okay, I don't really like Glocks. I'm not gonna put them below B though.
Of the mallet percussion instruments, they're probably my least favorite.
Yeah.
They have the potential to be very annoying and grating on your ears. I mean, they can be nice a lot of times. You know, if you have a specific musical moment that calls for them, but
I'd say
I think
low A,
even still, as a mallet percussion instrument, it should be like an A.
Yeah, I'd say low A after concert toms, or no, I'd say before Thunder Sheet.
Before Thunder Sheet, yeah.
Yeah, before Thunder Sheet and concert toms. This is such a good one. So the next one is the Vibra Slap. You know, I don't know, man. Like, I like them better than Triangle.
Yeah, it's like,
I think they're like in this 3 with the slapstick.
It's like a much better version of the Ratchet, because it's like not as annoying, and it's more fun to play because you like bang it against your leg or hit it with your hand.
Yeah, and also like the physics of the way the instrument works is
I have
really
no
interesting
idea how
to
it
me.
works.
Yeah. It's
nothing
cool.
about it makes it look like it should make the noise that it does.
Exactly.
It's like it's the crazy train instrument. I don't know. I think a solid B is good. It's one of my more favorite weird auxiliary percussion instruments.
Before or after slide whistle? Before?
I would say, before slide whistle probably.
The xylophone is the next one we got here.
Xylophone. There's some pretty ripping xylophone stuff, especially if you go into like sort of old musical theater and you have all those openings with like the super fast xylophone. It's like, it can be really cool. And you can go like play some insanely complicated stuff. But
cooler than djembe?
No, I don't think. It's definitely not better than marimba or vibes. I would say maybe after bongos.
After bongos, okay.
Yeah, after bongos and A tier.
Okay. And then the last but
timpani.
We got some timps.
This has to be S tier.
Yes, I agree with you.
Timpani are so great.
I would put them, I don't know. I would put them somewhere around here. I would say definitely before congas, but
I think that's good between marimbas and congas.
Okay.
I personally like timpani more than marimbas, but I think in the grand scheme of percussion,
yeah,
I think marimbas.
I'm gonna agree with you. No, I'm gonna agree with you. I think that they're gonna go.
Oh, you are? Okay, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Timpani are great. They're so much fun to play.
They are. It's that same like regal big instrument. You know?
Yeah, it's like you get to play, you get to make the biggest sound, you get to do all this cool stuff, and they're like the rototoms where you can change the pitch of the drum while you play it.
Yep.
But it's just like times 1,000. It's so great. Timpani are great. But is this it?
So we sorted about 53 instruments, right?
Wow, that's a lot. Well, I'll throw up a picture of our final list, but we can go down. In F we have the gok block. In D we have the bell tree, the ratchet, the boom whackers, and the finger cymbals. In C we have the agogo bells, wind chimes, hand bells, and brake drum. In B, we have the tongue drum, kabasa, vibra-slap, slide whistle, slapstick, rain stick, maracas, and triangle. In A, I'll do these like from bottom to top now. Okay. In A, we have concert toms, thunder sheet, glockenspiel, wood blocks, set 5 wood blocks, not the gok block. Sleigh bells, shakere, cajon, shaker, flexitone, cowbell, güiro, castanets, tambourine, xylophone, bongos, rototoms, trash bin, djembe, gong, suspended cymbal, and crash cymbals. And in S tier, the best of the best percussion instruments, we have the chimes, the steel drum, claves, vibraphone, kalimba, conga, marimba, timpani, timbale, taiko drum.
The top 5 are...
top 5. We have the marching bass drum, marching quads, marching snare, drum set, and at number 1, we have the air raid siren.
Air raid siren, yeah.
So that's about it. That was a fun little
thing,
episode. I hope you got to learn about maybe some instruments that you didn't know about before.
Yeah, definitely. We highly suggest that you go look at some of these instruments, even if you don't know, if you know what we're talking about, great, then obviously don't. But, if you don't know what we're talking about, go check these instruments out. Even look up YouTube videos of it. Like some of the main ones I can think of to definitely go check out is the ratchet strap. Not the ratchet strap. The ratchet is kind of a cool one to listen to.
Yeah.
Definitely the thunder sheet, the flexitone, that's a fun one. Just a big gong is a good one too.
And just any of these smaller instruments that you might not expect much out of. There are some people who can do some crazy, insane things with them. Yeah. Like tambourines or cowbells or stuff like that. So just dive headfirst into the rabbit hole of all these percussion instruments. I guarantee you'll find some pretty cool stuff.
Definitely will.
But yeah, so this has been the Drum Break Podcast. I hope you all have an awesome rest of your day. Peace out.